unbalanced butterflies, or skip strike butterflies, or broken wing butterflies, or whatever you want to call them. They are getting to be a more and more popular strategy, particularly in zero DTE index options. And what are they? Well, they seem like regular butterflies. In other words, you buy one option, sell two other options, and buy another option. Except where a butterfly, the strikes have an equal number of points in between them. The broken wing butterfly, the unbalanced butterfly, has one strike that's a little bit farther away. And why would a trader do that? What's driving that trade? And that's that's what I want to talk about. Is when you do a regular butterfly, okay, you got it. That's the butterfly. Low probability, low risk, very high potential reward. But when you start to break it into, let's say, an unbalanced butterfly, then it changes the dynamics of the trade, and that gives you another thing to actually focus on to manage. Let's see what I'm talking about here. All right, index is, let's say, 74.10. If I buy I'm buying a regular butterfly might be buying the 705s. Buy the 705, sell the 795, sell two of those. Well, we'll change that when we get down there. And buy one of the 7385s. Click here, or click here, change the quantity to 2, and that's my regular butterfly. Okay, $1.10, $1.15 credit. Oh, a debit, excuse me. No surprises here. Max loss is what I pay for it. 105, 110. Max profit is the difference between the strikes. 74.05 to 73.95 is 10 points, minus what I paid for it is my max profit. Okay, that's a regular butterfly. When I do a broken wing butterfly, I'm doing this. I take this on the put side. I'm taking the 73.85 puts. Instead of buying those, I'll drag this down to the 73.75s. What does that do? It takes it from a $1.10 debit to a 10-cent credit. Okay. And let's just pull this to make it a little clearer. Let's pull this down to the 73.65s. What I did was I turned this from a debit, $1.10, $1.15 with a regular butterfly, and turned it into a broken wing butterfly by changing the long further out of the money put strike, putting that at a lower strike. And I took it from a debit to a credit trade. What does that tell me? Okay. I've been doing these for a long, long time and have tried to explain them to, the broken wing butterflies, to regulatory authorities, clearing firms, exchanges. And this is what sort of separates real option traders from people who maybe they're just kind of regular sort of mutual fund investors. Let's put it that way. This is, look at the risk of this trade. Okay. My max profit now goes to $1,085. It's the difference between 74.05 and 73.95, 10 points, plus this credit. Okay. How have I generated this credit? Synthetically, I am short the 73.75, 73.65 put spread. Let's do this little experiment. Let's go back up and do the 74.05, 73.95, 73.85 butterfly. Remember, it's $1.20. I'm going to clear this out. Okay, let's clear this trade. And now I'm going to go in and do the 73.85 and buy the 73.65. $1.80 credit. Okay, so I started off with what, $1.20 debit for the long butterfly, and I have $1.65 credit for the short put spread. If I add them together, I get the credit for the broken wing butterfly, the unbalanced butterfly. Okay, what's the point of this? When you do these unbalanced butterflies, I don't like to think of them as butterflies. What I like to do is think of them as, in this case, a short put spread with a long butterfly lottery ticket. Because that's how many traders trade them and how I trade them myself. So if I put this on, okay, if I do this, let's clear this trade. If I just have this short put spread, I'm bullish, okay? I want the index to stay above 73.85 through the rest of the day for 0 DTE options. And ideally, I can either wait till it expires and collect the whole credit, or I'll buy this back for maybe 80 cents and capture, an $80 profit. That's how I would manage this short put spread. But if what I do is, so let's remember that. But if I do this, if I buy the 74.05s, if I do this butterfly, okay, and remember I said it's kind of a lottery ticket. So again, very small delta, very low relatively low probability of profit. But if I now turn this into the broken wing butterfly, I'm going to manage that unbalanced broken wing butterfly like I would that short put spread. Because here's what happens. If I put this on for, let's say, a 55-cent credit, in other words, remember, I'm buying that butterfly and selling the put spread, combined gives me that credit. And I do this as one single trade, by the way. I don't do this as two trades. I don't do a butterfly and a short put spread. I do this at one time. But I manage this as the short put spread. How do I know which short put spread I have on? Wait a second. This is what confuses some people. Wait a second. You're saying you have the 73.85, the 73.65.85 put spread? There's no option here, Tom. What are you talking about? You're not short that 85 put, that 73.85 put. Okay. I know there's no actual position in there. This is how I would argue with these people. There's no actual position in there, but that's where the risk is coming from. The risk on this trade isn't the butterfly trade. The risk on this trade is the embedded short put spread. And where the risk is, the opportunity is. That's why when I buy this unbalanced butterfly, broken wing butterfly, for credit, I'm establishing it for credit, and I don't like to do these for debits, but I like to do them for credits. I'm going to try to buy this 73.65, 73.85 put spread back for less than the credit I take in. So if I sell this, if I do this broken wing butterfly, let's say for, let's say 50 cents. Let's make the math easy. Let's say I put that on for a 50-cent credit. If I can buy that 73.65, 73.85 put spread back, okay, if I can buy that spread, in other words, buying the 73.85 put and selling the 73.65 put, if I can do that for a debit that's less than the credit of the unbalanced butterfly, in other words, I've put the unbalanced butterfly on for 50 cent credit. If I can buy it back now if I can buy this put spread back for, a 20-cent debit. So what I've done now, if I do that, I now have the 73.85, the 74.05, 73.95, 73.85, the standard 10-point butterfly for a 30-cent credit. If I put the unbalanced butterfly on for 50-cent credit and I pay 20 cents to buy back that embedded short put spread, then I have the butterfly on for a 30-cent credit. Can I lose money on a butterfly when especially with cash settled index options, can I lose money on a butterfly that I own for a credit? Theoretically, no. Let's take a look at what I mean by that. Let's go to the curve. This is if I bought the butterfly for, let's say, $1. Let's take this down. Let's do a net credit. Can I do that? So let's take this, let's say a 30-cent credit. If I bought, then you can't do this. You're not going to buy that butterfly for credit, but the straight butterfly for credit. But look what it does to the P&L. In other words, it gives all this profit up here. There's no real way this trade can lose if I put on a butterfly for a credit. That goes back to this trade. If we do this, increase. Okay, this is my regular butterfly. Now I drag this down to the 65s. Okay, let's look at the curve on that one. Look how the graph changes. Now I have profit up here, loss down here. Where's that P&L coming from? The embedded short put vertical. The 73, 65, 73, 85 put vertical. Okay, so if I can buy that embedded short put spread, even though you don't see that 73.85 put in the unbalanced butterfly, okay, it kind of is there. It's kind of a phantom put, okay? If I buy that put spread back, I am establishing the equidistant strike butterfly and doing it for a net credit. In other words, the package of trades comes out to a butterfly for a credit. That's why I manage unbalanced butterflies as the embedded short spread, the embedded short put spread for an unbalanced put butterfly, the embedded short call spread for an unbalanced call butterfly. I manage the embedded vertical as the trade. Okay, and that's what you see a lot of traders doing. Is this an advanced trade? Not necessarily an advanced trade, because it's you can. This is something that everybody can do. It doesn't take a lot of, it's not like multiple legs across different underlies, that sort of stuff. It's not advanced in that respect, but it takes a little bit of a leap in the concept of seeing that embedded short vertical when there's no actual option in the trade. I go back to this table. If I look at this trade, I know, because I've been doing this for 30 plus years, I know that I'm embedded, that I am synthetically short that 73.65, 73.85 put spread. I just see that. That's how I see it. And if you do this enough times, you're going to see it too. But even if you don't necessarily see it, and it's the way I set these up is if I start with this butterfly, what I'll do is I'll drag this long put down until I generate a credit. Maybe it's a 73.70s. I think it's a 73.65s in this example. And again, that's the way the option prices work at this time. Earlier in the day for the 0 DTEs, you can do a little bit. You can have that long out of the money, further out of the money put, a little bit closer in, and you still generate a credit. When you do the unbalance, when it gets later in the day, like it is now, becomes a little bit harder. But if you do these trades, if you do these unbalanced types of butterflies, understand that they have more risk than a regular butterfly and more potential profit than a regular butterfly. That clues you in that you have an embedded short vertical for that trade, in that trade. Even though we don't call it an unbalanced, or, let's say an embedded short puts, we don't talk about it, we don't mention that in the name of the trade at all. We talk about unbalanced butterfly. What drives that trade is the embedded short spread. Manage that embedded short spread as you manage the trade. Don't think about it as an unbalanced butterfly, as a package. Yes, you can close it if you want to. You can take the whole thing off if you want to. But the way I tend to look at these things is I buy back my short embedded spread for a debit that's less than the total credit that I generated for the unbalanced butterfly. And that leaves me with that long butterfly for credit. So I have a lottery ticket. That's what butterflies are. Basically, it's, hey, you want the index to be right at the short strike when it expires. It's a lottery ticket. Very low probability of that happening. But if I can get it for a credit, I'm not paying anything for that lottery ticket. So that's unbalanced butterflies. Think about them as with a regular butterfly and an embedded vertical, and understand that they have more risk, higher potential profit, more theta. So those are attractive things. In addition to the risk, margin requirements are higher, buying power reductions are greater. So you just make sure you understand, if you do these trades, understand the extra risk you're taking when you do them. And if you do decide to do these things, remember, don't take any more risk in them than you are comfortable with.